Hello, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So we will start where we left yesterday, and we will try to complete review of all the package today. So let's start. So yesterday, what we see is we have some this kind of UI where we can do some create or edit code. We have some pagination, and we have a public post, a filter. We have language and we have the search filter. We can answer or a feature the post from here. We can maybe delete the post from here, right? That's what we have actually, and we already seen how some of the stuff is working, right? So if you haven't seen yesterday's video, you can check out later. Let's go back to the code, zoom it little bit. Okay, right? I think it will be visible right now, right? Is it the code is visible to you? Let me know in the comment. So let's see. Like yesterday we see how this local stuff works, and now let's see some more stuff how the post controller uh, like stuff works. Basically, let's see to create stuff we already seen yesterday. Uh, the store stuff we are using the action. We are using the request, and what we are doing is we are executing the request with the validated data, right? So that's what we do when we use such a uh, like action, right? And what we are doing is we are redirecting to yeah we are redirecting to post, right? Dot index URL. Then what we do is we are using some service, some sort of service. We will check it what this service do. And what we do is we are saying that with the success and some post message. Right? That is what we are doing right. Other than that, let's see what this action actually do. So it is nothing, just post query create, right? It is whenever it's like we are showing the best practices. Otherwise, we can also put this one line in post controller, right? But when we use action pattern, we must use con- it as a in a consistent manner, right? That's what we are doing right now. And let's see what the store post request is doing. So what we have actually we are by default authorizing rising the request because we don't have authorization for now, right? So let's see uh, uh, what rules we have. We have a title rule, we have a slug rule, so right. Then we have a description image to the image. I think uh, in latest validation rule of image, we are not uh, accepting the SVGs, right? Okay. So basically, uh, we are just using the common validation tag should be max, tag should be array, right? And max three tags, and the tag string size should be max 20, right? That is what we are doing. This feature should be boolean. So this all stuff we are validating, but we are doing some extra stuff here, right? Prepare for validation. Whenever if you have some data in the request and you wanna check if like you wanna modify some data before validating it actually, right? So that is what we are doing. We are resolving a file from URL, and we have included this thread. And from that thread we are what we are doing is actually we are checking the field is filed has a file, right? Is it URL, right? If it is not a file and it is a URL, then what we are doing is we have one service, okay, Okay, okay. If the file object is of a upload file class, then what we do is we merge the field with this file, particular file. So that's how it works actually. Okay. Then what we like other thing is, let's see like how the file uploader form is working actually, right? So basically, we are what we are doing is we are waiting that like a response from that particular URL, right? Whatever it is, and then we check if the response is failed, then we just return the null. Otherwise, what we do is we check like we create a one temporary file uh, and we put the like response body into the file, right? Then we like create a upload file object with the file, the path, the base name, sorry. Then we check if the content header is there, right? Content type header is there. We just add that it to here and otherwise null. Then we have a see, we have error. No, we don't have error. And is it is true? Mm, okay, that is something we need to do if we are like maybe validating it, right? Okay, so this is what we are doing right now to convert a URL into the upload file object, right? So you can just check it if you have some like mm, use case, right? That is what we are doing in the store stuff, and we have a show. We will check it later. We have added, right? We already checked the like form yesterday, so we can just see we are just doing a route model binding. Then we are passing the uh, route like post into the post. We are getting the categories and we are getting the tag, right? So this is just this is something similar to the create page, but what we have is like we are passing the post into the form, right? So this is something similar to the like we are adding a similar CSRF, we are adding a put method, and in for yesterday we already checked the form. What we do is we check if old slug is there, otherwise we pass the post slug, otherwise null, right? So that is what we are doing, and we already checked yesterday. But guys, best part of this all whole thing is the like index page that we will gonna check in few minutes. So what we are doing is we have a update method, right? So whenever someone like clicks on the submit or edit button, we will again running check the like validation. So what we are doing here is we are getting rules from the store post request. We are merging that rules with the new some rules, right? So what we are doing is we are overriding slug and image rule of the store post request, right? So that's how we are like utilizing like single request rules and we are decreasing the duplication, right? And same we are doing same thing we are doing here, right? So I think what we are doing is route post is an instance of post. So if we are doing a route portal value, it will be a like instance of the post, right? Then what we do is we will check unique post plus route post ID, right? Otherwise unique post plus, right? So it's I think yeah, it's something nice. Then we have a see when we are updating, it's not like compulsory. We will also update the image, right? Okay. So this is what actually the request was look like. Let's see the yeah, it is simple enough, right? So let's see. Now we have something to look is the show and the index, right? So what you wanna see first, the index or a show? Let me know in the comments. You wanna see like index or show, right? button, like that index button. Then what other we are doing is, uh, like we have some like edit button which is redirecting to the edit page, right? And we have a delete button similar to the index, right? So, and we are listing some tags and all, and we may have some button here to go like visit the all, right? So let's see how like when we visit the show page how it does look like. So yeah, we don't have an email right now. Let's try to add it and upload an email. Okay, let's take it to other place. Let's select a particular email and update the code and let's see if it's still working. Uh, no, it's still not working. Let's see what is the issue. It can be the storage folder issue, right? So whenever we find this kind of stuff, we haven't linked the storage, right? What we can do is create the addition storage column link, right? And what we'll do is we will delete it. We will reload now, and I hope it's gonna work. But it's not working. Let's see now. We have to debug it. Pattern. Right. So let's do at the DD and see. No, we don't have to do it. Right? We can just extract it out. So okay, guys, I should keep colon local host. What we can do is we can check the env. env has this local host. So what we can do is basic crud dot test and let's reload it. Yeah. So now it is on. Right. So I think it works. Right. We can feature or unfeature this. Right. You can go to the edit page. Okay. So this is all right now. Work. We already checked the show page. Basically now the interesting stuff is will be that right. The index page. So what we are doing is actually we are injecting service right into the uh, what you can say like into the index page right in a blade we are injecting service or a support class into the blade with the inject directive. Other than that what we are doing is see, we are also using this latest session directive to right. So that is what also we are doing right. Let's go one by one and see what we are actually doing here right. Can you share the source code? What type of WI okay you are using? Okay, so actually, I have already shared the source code, but if you wanna let's see, you can just go to the Google and check for a basic crud, right? And I will share it into the description. So this is the basic crud, right? We already have 161 stars already. If you haven't given give the star yet, you can do it and let uh, and you can let's see like how many downloads it has. Yeah, it still have 23 downloads every week or like 1 or 2 weeks. So yeah, so it is also having more than 500 views and 100 unique visitor in a week. So it's good to see that people are taking interest in this particular project. Okay, so let's see the code, more code. So what we are doing here is we are saying that a query resolver, which we are injecting from here with the inject attribute directive, we are saying that get the published query, right? What we are saying is get the published label, right? So and this alert is simple, right? what we're doing is this dot parent element dot remove, right? So what we are doing is we have a two elements here, one inside another, and what we are saying is you are a close button. What you will do, you will delete your parent, uh, sorry, delete your parent element. So what will happen when I click on the close? It will delete the parent. So alert will be removed. This simple hack I have done, like to for using this particular like alert, right? Then let's see more. Mm, do you wanna like see this first, like how it works, or first we should review the all index file? Let me know in the comment. Mm, hello. Okay. Um. Like we are also using this class directly. What we are doing actually. See, whenever we see, it is the drop down, right? So we have created our own drop down, right? Right? Like it is not. We are not using any component from iCard or anything. We have created our own drop down. So what it is, like we have a button. What it does is on click this dot next element sibling dot classlet dot toggle hidden. So whenever you click it, it will show and hide this particular the drop down, or we can say this particular element we with this just single line, right? A single line of code. Even not it is not the like the single line. It has just this dot next element sibling dot class list dot toggle feeder, right? It is not the jQuery, not any particular like uh, stuff. Uh, it is just the toggle, right? Then what we are doing is we have just listed all of them, and what we are doing is when the local is not equal to current local, we are adding these classes, and if the local is equal to current local, we are using this class. And same stuff we are doing, like whenever like, this is not compulsory, but we are doing it when the local is not equal to the current local, we are adding the href. Otherwise, we are not adding the href. So whenever someone click on the already selected local, it will not work, right? It will be disabled, kinda, right? That is what we are doing actually. Then we have a search box, right, where we have the search action with the same like route. Uh, what we are doing is we are passing a field, right, with the uh, like name search, right, right, and yeah, this is something we need to check. This is very interesting. We will check it in a while, a little while. Then we have a like that publish button, right? No, we have the headers, right? So this is what the code of this particular stuff, right? This particular stuff, right? So what we are doing is we are saying that we need a short arrow for a title, we need a short query for a title, we need a short query for each feature, we need a short query for a we need a short arrow for each feature. Same for a created date, right? This is simple, and we will check it how it works. Then we are just listing the all posts, right? Then see, we are using some enum stuff that will also be. Let's start checking out one of like we are checking if we have more pages, right? So what we will do is we will create a call fund, and we will show the link, right? If we don't, we are using for else. So if there is no post, else part will be executed, and we are saying that oh, this should be also um like translated, right? This isn't the translate. So you have a good uh, like chance to PR it, right? So I will wait if someone is PRing in a week. Otherwise, I will do it myself, right? So I'm giving you a chance. to contribute, right, to this particular project. So what you need to do is you need to put this into the curly braces, then go to the uh, mm, mm, this maybe. So this one, where it is, where it is, yeah, this one, post dot index, and you can just put it, right, like post not found, right? Is it FR? Okay, this is the FR, right? So you can do something like this and you can contribute. I am not gonna do it for now. I will wait a little bit for others to do contribute. Then, if you guys do contribute, I will be like feel good to merge it. Okay, so let's uh, okay, we have one more thing here, optional stuff, right? So when the published at is there, then and then we will call this format. So if we don't want to use this, we can simply do question mark here, right? But yeah, let's keep it how however it is, right? Okay, and then we are using date time here. We are using time, like to like if someone is doing the scrapping or the SEO stuff will like check if we have a time, right? Simply. So basically, this is all about the index page, but the main thing, right? Okay, one more thing. What we are doing here is just we are doing return confirm this, right? So whenever someone will click on this button, right, they will just get the confirm, right? Simply. Okay. So let's go to the let's check the interesting part of the we are in the show. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So the same thing is here, right? So now we what we are going to do is we will this is, I think the bug from some one of the package maybe I am using. It can be let's let let's go somewhere. Yeah, here. Right. So let's check this particular query resolver class. Right. So basically, this is read-only class. So this property is by default read-only. Right. So what we have is we have collection of a query. Right. So whenever we inject it, right, whenever we inject it, what we do is we get the query from the request, right? If we also check if route is star dot index, right? Whenever the route is star dot index, what we do is we put it is like this query resolver will work if we have a cat index page for category, right? So that time, if on that time it will also work, right? So let's see how it like actually works. So what we do is we check the current route name dot previous query, right, dot slash comma query. So whenever we are comparing new query with the old query, it will help us, right? Then what we do is we unset the page, right? We don't need a page, right, in the query, right? So because whenever we do search sort or something, we change the page, right? We reset the page to one. So basically, what we are doing is we are unsetting the page and collect the query and store it into the query, right? So this is understandable, right? What we are doing is whenever we are injecting it, like we are like, constructing it, we just get the query, unset the page, and store it into the collection, right? Then what we are doing is we are also adding the session, right? That we will do why we are doing that. Then we have a get previous query. So that is what stand for the session, right? So we will check the session, right? Then we have a short query, right? So what we were doing here is somewhere here, right? Get the short query for each picture. What we do is when each picture is there, firstly we unset like whenever we are doing a thing of short, right? We need to reset the sort by and the direction because that is what we are using it for a new query, right? So we unset the sort by and direction, right? Then what we do is we get uh, sort by and match, right? So when the sort if it is ascending, we make it descending, right? Right? And if it is not ascending, that means it must be a descending. Then we clear the query, right? So we otherwise we just start with the ascending order, right? So basically, this is what we do. Sorry, this is what we do, right? Uh, and we get the short arrow. Same. If it is ascending, we get the up arrow. Otherwise, the down arrow. Otherwise, right? If the key is same, we check. If it is ascending, then the down arrow. Otherwise, the up arrow. If the key is not same, we will have a down and up arrow, right? U for up, D for down, ARR means arrow. So it is the value of the up arrow and down arrow. Nothing. That's it. Again, mm, mm, we have a published uh, query here and published label, right? So let's see how it works actually. Basically, when we say published query, we will unset the publish first, right? Whenever whatever we are working with, we will reset first, reset it first. Then what we do is we merge the query, right, with the publish. If the published is there, we will remove the published, and if published is not there, we will add the published. This is how Boolean works. And same for the label. If published is there for label for or post, otherwise the publish post. The search query, same. If uh, what we do is uh, whenever we need a search query, we just remove the search from it and put all the stuff there. So basically, let's check the query part, right? So the query part will be at the URL, right? So where is the URL? This is the URL, right? So when, okay, this is not very responsive, but it is okay. I think we can do this to have it responsive always, right? So this is the URL, right? Maybe we can do some zoom in, right? Basically, when we have this URL, what we do when we do this URL, okay, let's check this URL again. So we got sort by as title, right, and direction as ascending, right. So basically, while we are using the form, submitting the form, we need an input. So we add hidden input as sort by and direct. When we click on the publish, we will add a published as a one, right? It's magic, right? Yeah. So again, if we click here, right, it will say each feature ascending. If you click here, each, each feature descending, and the arrow is down now, right? Arrow is now reset, arrow is up, arrow is down. This is how this all thing is working right now, right? Is it cool? No? Okay. Let's see. So this was this stuff, right? I think we have checked the most of the code already, right? Okay. So now let's go to the test part. Are you guys interested in the test? Let me know in the comment. Otherwise, we can like do other some stuff, right? Mhm. I hope we are not like doing the boring stuff here. I hope you guys are learning something, right? So we have lots of things to do today, but we have only two viewers. That's not the same thing, but like I wanna share lots of stuff still, and no one is commenting. So I will happy to end this thing right now. Is there any issue with this thing today? Because I don't see like much viewers today. Or yesterday's stream was see, we have some architecture testing, right? We are checking if we are using the functions which should be used as a modern PHP, right? Is we are not using some deprecated or functions, or which function which shouldn't be used. Let's see, like what it does actually. Like, see, we are okay. Let me like look here and let's look here. We are excluding this much bunch of functions which are not recommended to use in like today in 2025. We are already ignoring these all the functions, right? Which are not good for the like which are not good if we are using in 2025, right? This all MySQL function, MySQL Connect and all are not recommended in 2025, so we are not using it. Die, raise, right? Echo, yeah, echo is also not recommendable because like the purpose of echo is to printing something, and so that's why we are not using the echo. Die, go to, yeah, go to is also one of the functions which couldn't be used in 2025, right? We are ignoring those functions. We are also ignoring some security functions, um, like sorry, yeah, MD5, yeah, MD5 and SH1 is not a secure hashing functions in 2025, right? We are not, we are also not using random or empty random stamp name. This stamp name is something which creates temporary file and give it to you. As for some stuff which are not the assert, right? We are not using the assert because these all are unsecure functions, right? In some cases, and we are also using a Laravel preset, right? And you will be happy to know that, that lots of stuff is written by me in the page also, right? So so we are also like using the recommended structure, right? So the thing is like uh, the all mails should implement should queue, right? So all the mail by default should be queuable. So this all stuff we are using as architecture testing, right? That is all the good stuff. Again, yeah, this trick stuff is still in progress. Some of the stuff we still need to like overcome before enabling this particular uh, like preset. Other than that, what we are doing is actually we have some feature tests, right? And we have some unit tests, right? In feature test, what we are doing is, yeah, we also have API controller mm, here, yeah, right? The post controller. And what we are doing is we are using some JSON resource, right? Session collection and all, yeah. That we will look later. So, what we have actually, we are in the test, right? We have a test for all the stuff, right? So this is API. So what we are doing is before it we are doing acting as authorization is not like a compulsory part of this particular project, but for API purpose we are using authorization, right? What we are doing is we are saying as sanctum acting as this particular user with star, with all the abilities, right? Ability and a guard. Guard will be by default a sanctum because we are using the API. It can list all the posts, right? What we do is we create the post, we like get JSON from the like index of See, we are using action function here, right? Basically, we use route names for our web, but we don't use a route name for our API, right? So if we see our API.php, we are just using API resource, right? And yeah, it maybe will be named by default, but what we do is we don't have any like concern with our route name, right? We are not going to change the route name any time, or we are not gonna use the route name anyhow, because we are not going to redirect or yeah. Then we are asserting the data. The data means whenever we are returning the JSON resource, what it will do is it will create data by default, right? With the post. And what we are testing the like some filtered post. We are also testing some short and all, right? All this stuff. Then we have other more like feature test. We have a test for local. We have a test for uh, our post controller. But these all are the uh, feature test. We also have a unit test for our actions, right? Whenever we are calling this action, it should create, right, the post. Whenever we call this delete, it should delete. When we like call our toggle uh, like action, it should toggle the post feature status. Same for update. We have a build test for a builder, right? So whenever we run the queries, so this is three posts we are creating to check if queries are working or not. We are checking if the search is working or not. We are checking if the published is equal to true is working or not. Sorry, published is not working. Same for all the remaining stuff, right? Then we have, yeah, sometimes we need a test for enum, but the test for enum is not necessary. Okay. Then we have like categories, right? Then we have like uh, our model test. We must always test our things like it gets the post from relation, right? It has a like image attribute. See, this image attribute is the interesting stuff, right? So let's see how it works actually. Mm, okay, so let's go to the post model and check how it works actually. So what we have here is we have image attribute, right? And we are using a get for getting the like URL with as a model attribute, and we are getting using the set whenever someone is passing up the upload file object. What it will do is it will store it, right? And return the path, right? Otherwise it will return the null. Otherwise, if the like the value is not of uploaded file, it will return the value, right? Basically, if we are using this particular attribute stuff, you never need to like upload the image manually or get the URL manually, right? Anyway, whenever you will access, let's find it from the index or a show, sorry, show, right? So what we are doing is we are just doing this, right? SRC image, and it will work by default magically. And what we are doing is when we like let's go to the post controller, right? And whenever we are just executing this here like this, so whenever while creating like the post, whenever it will have upload object, it will automatically store the object into like image and store the path into the like the database automatically. That's how it works actually. Again, for the update itself, so if you have the where it is, let's check. So where if you start your any images like this, right, it will automatically store the image to the file storage and store the URL into the database automatically. It will also get URL automatically, right? This is the beauty of the attributes in the Laravel, right? Okay, so, so I think this was the nice stuff. Okay, let's see how we are actually tasting the stuff. What we do whenever we run composer test, right? I hope composer, composer test, right? Right? Whenever we run the composer test, right? What it will do actually. Hmm, let's try to run it, or I think we can see this later in the next thing, right? What do you say? So it will run the paste pin first, right? So see, the pins have some issue and in the post model, right? So let's see what issue is there, right? Whenever I reload it, it will automatically run the pin, right? And now the issue is not that, right? It passed. We can also, it will also check if the rector is passing or not, right? Let's see if rector passes or not. Mm, it's bit slow. I don't know why. Because whenever you run the rector or PHP stand for first time, it will try to load into the memory and then it will start scanning your files, right? So that's how it works actually. Let's see, vector is passing. Then it will run the PHP stand, right? It will check if you like if your PHP stand rules are passing or not, right? As you have computer. So see, PHP stand is also passing. Then it will check if the like the all the files is covered with the types or not, right? Properly. So see, we have 100% type coverage, right? Yeah, we have some type coverage missing here, but it is like when you are overriding some file, it will not work. Like we will check why it is not, why it is failing, right? Then we are checking our test. All the tests are passing and all the files are covered 100% with the all the tests, right? Let's see why this is not working. Let's see here. So what actually happening here is we are overriding this particular method, the new query builder, and we cannot pass the builder uh, type here because it will be not compatible with the parent class method, right? That is what actually happening here. Mm, yeah, so that is what actually happening here. So we are saying that space ignore type coverage here, right? So that is what actually happening here. Okay. Also, we will see our fine configuration, or we should check it in the next stream. Let me know in the comment. Do you wanna? I think it should be cool to do this all stuff in a separate stream. I will show you my all the like configuration of a rector, pin, PHP stand, right, in the next stream. Okay, okay. For the last 1 minute, we will check if anyone have any questions. Then we will leave this stream, right? Okay, let's see how it's gonna work. Then what we will do Yeah, I can show this. uh, We have all the instructions that whenever you come to this particular thing, you can just copy from here, then copy from here, copy from here. You can just copy all the stuff one by one after another, and it will work easily. Then you can just copy this. Yeah, you must need a ENV, right? A testing ENV to run the test. We are not using the common ENV. So our testing in our ENV environment is different and our local environment is different, right? Then we just build it to test. Then what we do is we run the length or test length, refactor, type, type coverage, test suite. Otherwise, you can just run composer test to run everything at the same time, right? And how it works, you can see here. We have configured links and all the commands here. Okay, I think no one is asking any questions. We will see all the stuff